This week we saw Tim Houston head down the street to take this government to court to sue them for information and to try and do a little bit more than that.
Yeah, that's right. Tim Houston wants the management fee that the government pays Bay Ferries to operate the Yarmouth to Maine ferry service. That's something the province's privacy commissioner said he and other reporters are entitled to, and that's something the government said, too bad we're not giving it to you. So the only option left for somebody in that situation is to take the government to court. On its own, I'm not sure this is an issue that would resonate with the public. It's kind of a political bubble issue. I think the government is counting on that.
But what we're seeing is Tim Houston and his team trying to build that narrative that the people on this side of the house are secretive and are trying to hide something. We've seen time and time again people who sit on this side of the house calling for more openness. By the time they move from this side of the house to the government side of the house, that view changes, and the idea is to protect government or to try and prevent the release of information to the public.
The government's narrative to try to counteract what the Tories is saying is to sue them over this issue initially was a political tactic, but secondary, what we heard from the Premier this week is it could exert a chill over business development in this province if suddenly companies are worried that their deep secrets could be exposed by a judge. If we go back to the Tory argument for a minute, they're going to point to the fact that the government has used its majority to drastically kneecap the Public Accounts Committee, which is the most powerful committee in the legislature to hold government to account. Used to be. It used to have upwards of 26, 27, 28 meetings a year. The Liberals have changed that to 12.
The Liberals have used their majority to restrict the topics that the committee will hear witnesses from.
And meanwhile, they've also used their majority to restrict who and how people can appear before the new Health Committee to make presentations on that subject. This issue about the Bay Ferries management fee isn't going to be dealt with in a month or two. It's going to drag through the spring setting. It very likely is going to be in the background during the fall sitting as well, and perhaps even beyond that, depending on how long the court process takes.
And then you're into the preparation for the next election cycle. Tim Houston and the official opposition clearly trying to build the narrative. His team would be much more open and accountable, something that Stephen McNeil actually promised when he was on this side of the house before he went to that side of the house.